Welcome to the Back 4 2024 Balon de Oro ceremony. Who takes it home?
Enough of that BS ceremony. We know you guys don't want to sit there and watch.
All right, this is our ranking for the 2024 Back 4 Balon de Oro.
What should happen? Starting off at number 10.
Number 10, we have Florian Wirtz. He was the Bundesliga Player of the Year, almost doing an undefeated treble. Who knows, maybe should be higher in this list. What do you think?
No.
Nah, he was good. He was good, but there's some better names up there.
And you'll see who. His Euro Cup performance wasn't the best. Could have been worse though. He did get that goal against Spain. He also got Bundesliga Player of the Season, which is actually a great feat considering most players from Bayern Munich are the ones who get it.
But no, overall great season from the youngster. Expect to see his name more and even farther up this list in the future. Next up, we have in the number 9 position, a name most of you won't expect this low in the list, but we have Real Madrid's new star man, Kylian Mbappe.
The back four is not influenced by anything but sheer performance. And Mbappe, sorry man, but you didn't cut it last season.
He arguably considered, based on talents-wise, is the best player in the world, but performance last season and start of this season have not been up to par if you want to be that next Ronaldo or Messi. Yes, he scored a lot of goals, but which one of them, or how many were important? Subpar Euros, masked Mbappe still. We expected to see more from a guy that's considered, like I said, to be the next generational player.
The most disappointing live player performance that I've seen by far.
Come on, man. You got to step it up. At the number 8, we have the Argentino Lautaro Martinez.
Lautaro Martinez, in my personal opinion, he's overrated. He's not really a striker that gives guarantees in anything other than the Serie A. So I guess if you want a striker for Serie A, go right ahead. Get Lautaro. He's your guy. But on big European nights, he hasn't cut it.
I've been seeing some lists where they put him up to maybe second place solely off achievements. He won the Serie. He almost had a treble apart from the Champions League and the Copa America. Copa America top scorer, Serie A top scorer. I mean, after a season like that, wouldn't you expect him to be considered top 3, if not potentially winning the Ballon?
I don't know. Sources still say they're looking for that ball he kicked at the Wanda.
That's why we have him at 8.
Can't forget to mention he scored the Copa America winning goal, so we'll give him his props where they're due. But Lautaro, number 8, overrated.
Solely based off achievements, performance-wise, there were other better players. And number 7, who else but the youngster Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal, the 17-year-old, well, he was 16, turned 17 in the Euro Cup. If he would have started playing earlier in the season for Barcelona, or maybe if Araujo didn't get the red card, we might be talking about him being in the top 3 right now.
Yeah, we have him at 7 solely because he started later in the season based off the team needing some kind of X factor, and he gave him just that. His instant impact towards the end of the season, and probably being the best player in the Euros gives him that number 7 position in this Ballon d'Oro ranking. But expect to see him higher, if not winning a few down the road.
And number 6, kind of weird to say it, but we have a retired player, Toni
Kroos. Come back, we need you. Real Madrid needs you. Nah, it's a great season from Toni Kroos. Could have kept it off by winning the Euros and to an amazing career, but he didn't.
Actually had a pretty subpar Euro Cup.
I don't know about subpar yet. I think he had a decent Euros, but like I said, maybe capping it off, he could have been higher in the list. You get bored, Real Madrid needs you. We have him at number 6. At number 5, we have the Premier League Player of the Season, Phil Foden.
The Englishman was the guy for Manchester City last season. The face of Manchester. Sorry, Andy. Phil Foden, his only downfall for this ranking is his Euro Cup. He didn't really impose himself much, didn't really have much of an impact with England, so that's why we're keeping him at 5, but I don't know, could be higher in the future.
Yeah, how many Prems does he have now? 6, 7 Prems at this age, so expect him to be higher, if not maybe even pushing to win his first in the future, fighting next to names like Lamine.
And number 4, we have a resilient individual who a year ago we probably would have never expected to see in this position. But the Spaniard, Dani Carvajal, had an amazing season for Real Madrid.
I think what really caused this great of a season is his change in diet. What did he cut off?
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, Dani Carvajal, goated. Probably should be running away with this Balon d'Oro if it wasn't for the media. Basically won everything there is to win apart from what, La Copa del Rey.
Oh.
Crucial in all the competitions he won, so that's what we have him at 4.
Crucial in the Euro is a little bit debatable, but we'll give it to him.
There's no Lamine without Carvajal. Those two on the right.
You didn't even play this time. You didn't even play against France. At number 3, we have a player who made a great impact at Real Madrid this season. He changed the game for Real Madrid. He saved them at the beginning of the season, but unfortunately, maybe due to injury, maybe just because he sucks, unfortunately, he turned into Jude, ghosting him. And at the Euro Cup, didn't impose much, and his goal production for Real Madrid at the second half of the season plummeted. Jude Bellingham is arguably a top 5 midfielder in the world right now, so we're gonna keep him at number 3, and who knows, in the near future, he could be number 1.
And number 2, who else but Rodri? Some people might put him 1. His effect on the game is crucial to his Man City and to the Spain team. He was great across all competitions throughout the year, but I'm giving him number 2 because maybe I consider his season last year better than this year. I feel like the player at number 1 was more crucial to his team, so that's why I have Rodri at number 2.
At number 1, we have a player who's very deserving of this title. We have Robert Lewandowski. Oh, it's not 2020 anymore. Sorry about that, Lewy, but hopefully you get your award someday. No, but let's actually get to it. At number 1, we have one of the most ferocious 1v1 wingers on the planet. The star for Real Madrid, even though Bellingham did well, this guy was more crucial in the second half of the season. Vini Jr. The Brazilian has been a starlet for Real Madrid the past 2 to 3 seasons, and he's quickly established himself as arguably the best player in the world. So that's why we have him at number 1. But there is a chance that his Copa America performance, which was, I mean, he scored 2 goals, but he didn't play in the crucial match, could cost him this Balon d'Oro. I don't know. So we think it could be a battle between Rodri and Vinicius, but the back 4 is backing Vinicius. Before we end this video, there's a couple players we can't go on without mentioning that could have been in this top 10.
First up, we have Federico Valverde. That man deserves his flowers, and one day he's gonna get it. Mark my words.
Hopefully not.
Next up, we have arguably the 2 best strikers in the world at the moment, Harry Kane and Erling Haaland. Both are just freak natures when it comes to scoring goals. One is winning titles for fun at Man City, while the other one is trying to break a curse. But I feel like they deserve their mentions here.
Another honorable mention, another unfortunate, sad mention to have. 2 players, actually. The 2 GOATs of the past generation, Lionel Messi and
Cristiano Ronaldo. For the first time since 2003, both have been left out of the initial 30-man list for Balon d'Oro. I mean, watching these guys grow up and seeing them live. Now to them not being considered top 30 in the world breaks my heart.
But unfortunately now, they're ass.
End of an era, start of a new chapter. So
this one, another one that I'm not in complete agreement with, but Antonio Rudiger had a decent season at Real Madrid last season. Some say he's potentially the best center back in the world. I don't agree with it, but we gotta give him his mention. Last but not least, we have JK. We're out on our JK.
No, I feel like, yeah, he's been the most improved from last season. Last season, he was just all over the place, just like that Barca squad, but he had a great Euros, considered the best right back at the Euros, apart from Dani Carvajal. But he deserves a mention on this Balon d'Oro list.
That was what should happen for the back 4 Ballon d'Or predictions. But now that you've seen that, don't forget to go back and watch our current form for the best clubs in the world tier list. And also don't forget to
hit that subscribe button. Subscribe if you want more footy content. Check out all the stuff we got going on and posted in the past.
Let us know who you guys think is gonna win.
Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong?
Until then,
it's only up from here, boys. Peace.